Hey lovely people, I welcome you all once again to another episode of Stitches Biz Collection. I'm Miss Stitches. In this video, I want to share with you how to make this beautiful handmade beaded bag. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Let's get started. Materials needed. So to start, you cut your fish line, and as usual we are using 0.7. So you make sure it's long enough, then you cut it off. You make sure you have equal sides. Then you pick 4 beads. Fix 3 on any side of the fish line, being it's the right or the left side. Then you cross with the 4th bead, as you can see. Then we have our first ring. So going on, you pick 3 beads. Fix 1 on the left fish line, fix 1 on the right fish line. Then you cross with the 3rd bead. Then you get our second ring. Going on with the same method, you pick 3 beads, fix 1 on the left fish line, fix 1 on the right fish line, then you cross with the 3rd bead. You still make sure you have equal length. So we get our 3rd ring. Then you still continue with the same method, picking 3 beads. You fix 1 on the left fish line, then you fix 1 on the right fish line, then you cross with the 3rd bead. So you go on with the same method. Don't forget, you need to add up to 4 on each ring you make. That is why we pick 3 beads, because we already have 1 on the previous ring we made. So when you add the 3 to it, to add up to 4. So there we have it. We are going to continue weaving with the same method, picking 3 beads, fixing 1 on the left and on the right bead about 25 times. So I have it now, and when you get to the last end, you fix 2 beads on the side you want to turn with. So I'm fixing 2 beads on the left fish line, then I'll cross with 1 more bead. So I picked 3 beads in all. Then you cross. So as you can see, we have the fish line turned for us to continue weaving. So still going on the left fish line, you then pick 3 beads again, fix 2 on the left fish line, then you cross with the last bead, which is the 3rd bead. And then this time we want to turn complete, so we weave to the other end. So as you can see, it's 10 complete. Then you go through the next bead. You go through the next bead as I'm doing. Then you pick 2 beads. So still on the left fish line, you pick 2 beads, fix 1. This time you fix 1. Then you cross with the 2nd bead. Then you go through the next bead again. Now you go on and pick 2 beads, fix 1 on the left fish line again, then you cross with the 2nd bead. Then you go through the next bead as usual. Then you pick 2 beads again, fix on the left fish line, then you cross using the right fish line. Then with the same method, you go on and weave till you get to the end. So when you get to the end, my fish line is finished and I'm going to fix a new one. So you go through the next 2 beads here, the beads I'm going through. Then you still go on a weave. So on the left fish line, you fix 2 beads, and then you cross with the last one, which is the second bead. Then you can still continue weaving without any wahala. So when your fish line is done and you fix a new one, you shouldn't face any problem. Then we still have to turn. So on the left fish line, you pick 3 beads, fix 2 on the left, then you cross with the 3rd bead. So please note, anytime you get to the end, you have to turn so you can weave the next step. So we are turning now. Exactly. Then you go through the next bead so you can continue weaving. So you weave on with the same method throughout. Alright, so we have 4 steps now. We are going to continue weaving till we get about 20 steps. That is the length I'm okay with. So if you want your bag bigger and longer, you can still add more numbers to make it big. So this is exactly the size I want, and with the surface we are going to attach a design to it, but not yet. Before that, we have to weave around the bag to get the sides of it. So with the new fish line, as you can see, the one I was using is done, so I'm going to fix a new one. You go through this bead here. So never mind, with the fish line here, I'm going to pass them through after I'm done. So let's get to business. So you fix your new fish line on any side you want, and then you pick 3 beads, fix on the right fish line. It's because of how I've placed the bag, that is why I'm fixing on the right fish line, or the direction you want to move to. Then you cross with the 3rd one. Then you have your ring done. So you go through the next fish line, and then you pick 2 beads, fix on the left fish line. Then you cross with the last bead or with the 2nd bead. Then you go through the next bead again, fix 2 on the left fish line, then you cross with the 2nd one. So it's the same method as we started with. So all you have to do is to get the method and you are good to go. So when you're about turning, you still go through the next bead, and then you pick 2 beads, fix 1 on the left fish line, then you cross with the 2nd one. So this time you won't pick 3 beads, you only pick 2 beads. Then then you turn and go through the next bead here. So you are going to continue weaving with the same method till you get to the end. So this time you are covering 3 parts, and then you leave the 4th side, which is the top side. So you weave to this side, to this end, then you leave the top side. So after we are done with the first round, we are still going to continue weaving the second round. But before that, on this fish line, you pick 2 beads, fix one on that side of the fish line, then you cross with the second bead. So as usual, you can turn so we can weave the second round. So we are now going to weave the second round, and then with that, on this fish line, you pick 3 beads, fix 2 on the left fish line, then you cross with the last one using the right fish line, so we can turn completely so we can weave the second round. So we have it done, and then you go through the next bead here, then you continue weaving with the same method by picking 2 beads, fix on the left fish line, then you cross with the second bead, then you go through the next bead and still weave on. So you still weave on and on till you get to the other end where you started the first round. So we are done with the second round as well, but we are not done yet. We are still going to weave 3 more times. We are still going to weave 3 more times so we can get 5 steps. So we weave 3 more times. So we have it done, and then we have 5 steps. This is one side of the bag, and I made the other side of the bag off camera. So as you can see, they are the same sizes, the same length, the same height. And then we are about to join it together to get the full bag. So with that, I have enough fish line, and then I can continue weaving with that. So on this fish line, I'm going to fix 1 bead. Then on the other side of the bag, with the first bead, we go through that one, pull it out, and then you fix another bead, and that is what you are going to cross with. So you cross with the right fish line. Then with the left fish line, you go through the next bead. Then with the right fish line, you go through the other bead. So we have it done now. And then you cross both sides with 1 bead. It's as simple as ABC. Then with the left fish line, you go through the next bead. With the right fish line, you go through the other bead. Then you fix 1 bead again, then you cross. So that is what we are going to do throughout. So we have both sides joined now, and we have the full size of the bag. Don't mind the fish lines, I'm going to pass them through after I'm done. So on the surface, as I said, we are going to attach a design on it. So I made this butterfly shape off camera, and I have a video of it, of how I make my butterfly shape, and then we are going to attach it on the surface of the bag to make it nice. So with the same method as we joined the both side of the bag, that is the same method we are using to attach the butterfly to the bag. Now we are done attaching the butterfly, and as you can see, the bag is already beautiful. We are not done yet, but it's still beautiful. So moving on, we are going to clip or close or hold the edges of the bag here, and I already have enough fish line to use, so I'm not going to fix a new one. So this is what I'm going to do to clip the bag. So going on, with the right fish line you go through the next bead, and with the left fish line you go through the next bead as usual. So just like how we joined both sides of the bag together, so we have it there, then you pick one bead, then you cross both sides of the fish line with it. Then with the left fish line you go through the next bead again, then with the right fish line you go through the other bead. Then you pick one bead and then cross with both fish line. So that is what we are going to do to join or clip or hold the edges or sides of the bag, so we can get this V shape or curved shape bag on the sides of it. So you then pass the fish line through after you are done attaching it. So you pass the fish line through, so we have 5 in all. Then you have the shape out. So you are going to repeat the same thing to the other side to make it nice or nicer. So we have it done, and now as you can see, our bag is now on the right side. So we are going to make a handle to it. We are going to attach a handle to it. So with the new fish line, 1 2 3 4 on the 4th bead here, that is where I'm going to fix my fish line. You then make sure you have equal length. Then you pick 3 beads, fix on the right fish line. So you want to weave towards the left, so you fix on the right fish line. Then you cross with the 3rd bead, the same method as we started with. Then after, you go through the next bead with the right fish line. So I turn the bag so I can get the right fish line on my left. So I'm now going to fix the beads on my left fish line and not the right anymore. Do what you are comfortable with. You can fix the bead on your right fish line if you are okay with it. So you go through the next bead here, and then on this fish line you pick 2 beads, fix one on it. Is now on the right, so you fix one on the right fish line, then you cross them with the 2nd bead using the left fish line. So you have a turn to the top so you can weave. So on this fish line you fix 2 beads, then you cross with the 3rd one. It's the same method we are using for this whole bag. Then you go through the next bead, then you weave on. So very well, this time when you get to the last end, you go through the next bead. So on this fish line, we are not turning this time. You fix 2 beads, then you cross with the last bead, which is the second bead. Then on the right fish line, you fix 1 bead. So you have it there. Then you go through this bead on the other end of the handle. Please watch it carefully. We are trying to join that side together. Then you fix 1 bead, so you cross with that one. Then we have it joined. So this is all you should get. Then you go on and fix 3 beads on the left fish line. Then you cross with the 3rd bead. Then you go through the next bead again. You pick 2 beads, fix 1 on the left fish line, then you cross with the second one. Then you still go on with the same method. So it's just the same method we are using, but a little bit complicated, so you need to watch it carefully and pay attention to it. So we are going to continue weaving with the same method. So we are going to continue weaving till you get the length, or till it's long enough to join to the other side of the bag. So well, I have the length I want, and as you can see, it can join to the other side. So going on, you need to fix 3 beads on the left fish line, then you cross with the 3rd bead. Then you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads, then you cross with the 2nd bead. Then you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again, then you cross with the next with the 2nd bead. So this time we are not joining it up, we are leaving it that way. Then you pick 3 beads again, then you weave on. So you go on, but this time don't forget we are not joining them. Then you cross with it. Don't forget we are not joining. This time we are doing only 3 parts. So on the right fish line, you fix 1 bead. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on the 6th bead, you go through that bead. Then you cross with 1 bead. So this means we are joining the handle, or we are attaching it to the other side, just as we did with the just as we did when we were starting. So with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you cross with 1 bead again. Then with the same method, with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you cross with one bead. So after you pass the excess fish line through, and as you can see, the handle is nicely attached to the bag. So you pass the fish line through, pass it through very well to make it firm. So you are going to repeat the same on the other side of the bag. You are going to fix or weave the same handle, the same size, the same length on the other side of the bag. So we have it nicely fixed, and the bag is coming out so well. So we are almost done, but not yet done. So moving on, we need to weave a cover for it to make the bag complete. So with the new fish line, you go through the next bead, you leave one behind, then you go through the next, so the second bead. Then you fix 3 beads on the left fish line, then you cross with the last bead, which is the third bead. So the same method as we started the bag with, or the same method we have used throughout the bag, is the same we are using for the cover. So you weave on and on till you get the length or the size of cover you want. That fits well. So I have the length and shape of the cover I want. So I'm going to pass the excess fish line through to make it complete. So please take your time and pass the fish line through to make it firm. So we are done with the cover, and as you can see, it's so beautiful and really fits well. So you can use this magnet lockers to lock it, and then you are good to go. So this is our bag, and after I have passed the fish line, the excess fish line through, you can see how beautiful it is. Please give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more and more of my tutorials. Please comment and share as well. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell button so you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. Thank you. See you in my next video. Have a nice day and bye.